In January 2022 we went to Phuket Island on a Thai travel pass for a visa run. This is part 2, so we continued our look around old Phuket town. There was a fair amount of small museums in old Phuket town and we went and had a look at some of them. This one, Peranakan Museum, was free entry to go in. Yes, it was small. It was in the old commercial bank. The photographs and written comments were mostly in the Thai language and about 5 foot nothing off the floor. Right height for my wife, but not for me. I had to bend over to read them. But that's what you get for being 6 foot tall and getting old. And it was quite interesting to look around this place. The staff were very friendly, and the English was good, so we got a reasonable explanation and left alone. I love the old Chinese furniture, and this was great to look at. We continued our walk around the old town, and in some of the laneways were some really interesting wall murals or artwork. This was very close to the vegetable market, so we had a bit of a look around that as well. Come across this old two-door car. It looked like an old Renault. This museum we paid to get into, and my wife wasn't interested in paying. So we continued on, and these were buildings that remind me a bit of colourful units and apartments all over Europe. We had a bit of a look in the Chinese shop, clothing shop, and they were obviously preparing for Chinese New Year. Some more old buildings with coloured fascias and murals on the street wall. And Happy New Year plaque with lots of noisy music. But of a night time it looked good as well. We went for a bit of a walk down and around the night market, and we had dinner at some of the stalls, a bit of a choice of food. In one of the parks near the hotel was a golden dragon monument, and people would gather in this area and play music and sing karaoke type songs. Over the 2 weeks we're in Phuket, Thailand, we had a number of different foods. Here's a local kway tao, and another kway tao, but a chicken kway tao, and some lovely wonton noodle soups. There were a number of restaurants where you could have a choice of foods, and we did that as well. Here's a selection of foods that we took from a local shop and took them back to the hotel and consumed them as late night snacks. And here is a hamburger from the night market. It cost about $4 or 80 baht. So I had some of these small sweets, freshly cooked and prepared. They were slightly chilled. We caught the blue bus a number of times to get to Patong and Kata and Karen beaches and down Charlong Bay to visit some friends on a yacht. And yeah, it was quite convenient and cheap. We also used some of the local buses as well, and they were cheap. There's a roundabout in the middle of the old Phuket township, and not far from that roundabout are these buses called the Blue Bus Service. And they cost about $3 to get from the old Phuket town over to Patong and down to Kata and Karen. And of course you have to pay a return fee as well. And near that bus service was this little restaurant with a good choice of really cheap fresh food, Thai food and Asian food. No Chinese food, just a Thai hawker style food. And of course we got on the bus, and here's my cheeky wife. We could tell them to put a mask on, and you had to wait. Not only did you have to wait about 20 minutes, you had to also wait on the bus until it was full before it would take off. So once we'd got off the bus, we walked up a steep incline to an old Buddhist temple, and here's a shot from a distance away. I can't remember too much about this temple, so I'll keep my mouth shut and you can just enjoy the view of this unique temple built on the side of a hill. So we took our shoes off and walked inside, and there was a whole heap of murals and artwork on the walls. It was quite nice. Here you can see a big young Buddha statue. It was huge, and it was quite nice. Have a look at the amount of solar panels on the roof, definitely producing their own electricity. Then it was time to leave, and we had to walk down these huge amount of steps. Fortunately there was a stainless steel rail to hold on to. Then while we were walking back to the old Phuket town, we came across this fitness park, and it had a monster view of the Charlong Bay and some panoramic views to look at. If you have a close look, there's a monkey in the middle of the video picture. So I'll let you focus on the panoramic views from the viewpoint, and I'll keep my mouth shut. Then we went back to the hotel and had a shower and relaxed in the air conditioning and spoke to family on Zoom. The next day we went to one of Phuket's big shopping complexes and had a bit of a look around, and we caught the blue bus, of course, to the complex and back again. And there was a reason for going to this place, because we could buy some food and snacks in a supermarket there. We also needed to fulfill our obligation to the Thai travel pass, and you're supposed to get a PCR test on the 5th day, and that's what we did. It was free, and the others weren't free, but that one was free. And here's in the centre of this plaza was this interesting statue of a Siamese warrior with lots of arms. This time there wasn't much of a wait. You had to go to the office and book in your details and then line up so they could shove something up your nose. Then we caught the blue bus back to old Phuket town. Headed for the hotel for the evening, and then the next day, or the day after that, we flew out back to Langkawi. When we arrived back at Langkawi International Airport, we had to go through the gauntlet of the health department, immigration, customs, etc. Our agent's representative was late, and there was a catch-up with the paperwork, and there was a couple of errors that needed to be fixed. So over the next few days we had about 5 tests, including these self-testing kits, and then you had to report them on the Malaysian app, and after that we were clear of our quarantine period. The video was produced by myself, and it's the end of part 2 of our Phuket Island Thai Travel Pass visa run, January 2022.